What up, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday night, late night paint night. I am your host, Adam Paul, Time Warp Custom Paint. I have my wife here, Ashley. She'll be answering any questions that you might have. And we also have a special guest that will be joining in. We have Lo from Carport Customs. You can check him out on YouTube as well. Later on, I'll link up his. I probably should have did it in the description earlier, but you should look it up. Go on YouTube, Carport Customs. You'll find it. He has a bunch of videos there. Check his work out too. So we'll be talking with him here in a little bit as well. But for now, we're going to kind of go over what we're going to do on this Sportster tank. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lay out some tape. We're gonna do some camouflage, and I do have a stencil here that I cut out. That's gonna go right about there. So never done this camo before. Usually when I do stuff, I'll paint the other side and then we'll match it up on this side. I'm gonna kind of wing this. I think I know what I'm doing, so hopefully we're all good. But looks like we had a super chat come in. Who we got? Randy of the super chat. What's up, man? Who else we got on here? I appreciate that. Deer Slayer. We got John Cox. What's up, man? We got Michael, Patrick Raymond. I don't recognize a lot of these names. We got Diamond Custom Paint. What's up, man? Love the work. Randy. E. Brown. What's up, dude? Josh, Scott, Lewis. Now we got a few people on here tonight. All right, Cody, what's up, man? Opie is the first one to check in. Opie, all right. Like I said, we're gonna be laying this out. I do want to show you how I mixed the silver paint and I applied it to the surface. One thing I do want to mention real quick is we did use the new LiME 1.4 paint gun for this. So these are now out on Amazon. You'll also find them on the LiME websites. They should be on sale. The coupon should be activated. So you should be able to find it there. But 1.4 gun, HBLP, solid. This is the pro version. We'll be using that again tonight because we will have to do some of these graphics with a paint gun, because if we try to do everything with an airbrush, we're going to create a lot of fumes and we're not going to get an even finish like we're going to want. So we'll do a good portion of it with an airbrush, but the top, we're going to be coating that with most likely a black. It's going to be a kind of a game time decision when it comes to what color the top is. But so far, I'm planning on being black. But we'll show you how to use this. We're going to set it up. We're going to spray some stuff tonight. But let's go ahead and we'll roll that footage of how I painted the silver base coat. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I didn't have enough time to actually put down any of the mixing instructions down at the bottom like I usually do, but I will repost that video. You'll be able to check it out. It'll have more of those important mixing, part A, part B, and stuff like that. It'll all be put in there. Like I said before, we do have a special guest tonight. We have Lo from Carport Customs. We're going to go right to him, but first we do have a couple of questions. We want to hit those real quick before we clip to him. Go ahead, Ash. What do we got here?
First question says, are you starting this from raw metal or was there paint on it?
So this did start with raw metal, and we did do actually about 2 months ago, we did do a live video on how we prepped these parts and primed them. So if you want to go back, you can check that out. I think all you have to do is type in primer into the search bar if you're looking through my videos on the live feed. There's also be a shortened version of that too. You'll be able to check that out. But this actual tank does have some videos attached to it.
Another question, will that the new gun spray your flake?
The new gun absolutely will spray the flake. So the flake will actually spray out of a 1.3 or bigger. That's a 1.4, so no problem. So yes, that gun is kind of a good all-around gun. It's what I've been using for the last little while to spray everything from primer, base coat, clear coat.
How many coats of base did you put on that?
That was, I would say, 4 coats. Now, I didn't really focus too much on getting it even everywhere, because in the middle here, I'm going to be doing another color, but I do want the pinstripes to be this silver color, and I also want the Harley Davidson emblem to be that color. So basically, I sprayed this whole tank just to get those couple of areas. But it's a good base to start with. So yeah, I think about 3 to 4 coats, depending on where on the tank.
Will the gun be on Big Cartel store as well?
Yep, the gun is actually on the Big Cartel, so you can check that on Big Cartel. Not sure on the Shopify website yet, but they are on Amazon, and you'll see it linked there in the affiliate description, the Amazon links there.
All right, well, looks like that's it.
Okay, so like I said before, we're going to go ahead and clip to my good buddy. We've been talking for, I don't know, it's been a few months now, but yeah, we're going to go through him. He's kind of new to custom paint. We're going to kind of see exactly what he's been able to put out in the short amount of time that he's been learning to paint. So let's go ahead and to cut to Low at Carport Customs. There you are. Let's go ahead and get him off of mute. Okay, can you?
Yes, sir. Sure can. What's going on, guys? As you said, I'm Low from Carport Customs. Welcome to the carport. Like Adam said, I have been painting. I think I started doing custom painting about a year ago, actually. I had done cars and stuff like that, but I had never done custom thin line painting or anything like that. I've always loved the lowrider roofs. I build lowriders and mini trucks and stuff like that. Always wanted a lowrider roof. Went to a few local paint shops and got prices, and man, they wanted $5 to $8 grand to do a roof. And I'm like, nah, there's no way. I got to figure this out. So got on YouTube, started looking at some videos, found Time Warp YouTube channel, watched it, ordered some awesome LiME products, and this is actually my first paint job a year ago on the Sportster, and this is my newest paint job actually. So man, it's really neat being able to watch something on YouTube and have somebody really show you and teach you trade secrets, and then to be able to put it down with just a little bit of get it attitude and the right products. And man, it come out great. If you want, I can show you guys a little close up here.
All right, we're going to go ahead and add both of us. Can we do that? Split screen right here.
Yeah. So like I said, this was painted a year ago. I painted this out in the yard, actually. No paint booth or anything like that. This thing has not been wet sanded or cut and buffed either. This is straight out of the can. There's a little bit of like trash and stuff in it, but other than that, it come out pretty nice. It surprised me. I was so happy. And then the 750, this is my current paint job, my latest paint job. I actually did the this is the copper leafing. It's my first time laying copper leafing, the first time spinning it. I used the line copper leafing with the sizing and everything. Oh, this is pretty cool too, if you want to see. I built a tail light out of an old piston. This was my first attempt at some mini trucking graphics. This actually has some glow in the dark paint in it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty neat being able to put that stuff out just by watching a few videos, you know. Products are great. I can't say anything better about the products. Copper leafing. Be careful with the copper leafing. If you touch it with like oil or anything on your hands, I did notice it's on the other side. It's kind of dark over there. It'll leave a fingerprint if you have like sweat or oil on your hands. It will leave a finger. It like tarnish the copper. But yeah, guys, it's my toy.
Yeah, right on. Well, we appreciate you. Let's see if I can figure out a better layout here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I have a couple questions for you, actually.
Shoot, man.
All right. So I don't know if you actually said it, but how long have you been painting for? Like, when did you actually consider yourself like you did something good enough that like, okay, now I could probably start charging for some of this work?
So it was the Sportster. Before, like I said, I've painted cars and stuff before for a few customers here and there. But my biggest thing is I didn't know how to cut and buff. So once I learned that, which I learned for the first time, not on this bike, actually, it was the second bike that I did. It was an all black bike that I had to learn how to cut and buff on. So I learned.
That's great.
But no, this bike here was the first time. I didn't use any practice panels or nothing. This literally was the practice panel. I figured it's a 10. If I mess it up, I can, you know, sand it down and paint it a solid color. And then when we did I want to say I did the side panels first. And when I did them, I was like, dude, I got this. We shot it with clear. And then after I'd done the tank and seen it in the sun and just seen it pop, I was like, man, this is crazy. And then, you know, I had a few friends, which friends of friends are going to be biased. But then we put it online and we started taking it to a couple of car shows. Actually, a couple months after this bike was painted, we took it to a car show and it actually got best bike at the car show. And that right then and there, I knew, dude, this is my new passion.
Yeah. You get bit by the bug and then you just won't stop. It's pretty crazy.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So another question for you real quick. What's your favorite paint style to paint?
Ooh, man. I love the lowrider style. I'm a flashy guy, and you can do something simple with flake and just a little bit of candy, and it popped like a disco ball. But I also like the old school style with the scallops and everything. But dude, you make this look so easy, and it is compared to what I've tried before and I've seen with the brush on stuff. That stuff is hard. This way, the line way, is so much easier. But for me, because I haven't done it a lot, I still need some practice with it. I think this come out amazing, but I waste a lot. So, and the sizing takes a little getting used to. You have to mix it yourself. So if you mix it correctly, but you know how it is when you mix, your eye might be crooked a little bit when you mix it up. So it's always a little different putting it on there. But man, it really has made it easier. But I'd have to say the lowrider style. I'm about to get into mini trucking. I've got 2 trucks that I'm doing full-blown mini trucking stuff on. So we'll see if I like that stuff or not.
Yeah, it's all good, huh? Usually I switch mine up every once in a while. I like, certain things, and then I'll move on to different.
Yeah, well, I mean,
a little bit.
You've been doing it forever, but just like anybody, I mean, if you don't do something for a little while, you lose it, or you get rusty. So it's actually been a little while since I painted. This one I did finished up the tank. The tank caught a leak in it, and I had to redo the tank. I did the tank about this. I think it's been finished for about 2 months. But I've got the truck that's behind me. I've got to finish it up. It's got about 2 weeks left on the suspension on it. And then I've got a bunch of paint jobs. I've got a guy right down the road who's got a street glide he's bringing me. That one will actually be on my channel. I don't want to do a how-to because that's what Time Warp's for, but I'm
no
gonna
worries.
show more. I'm gonna show more of my paint skills and more of a full paint job. I do have a couple paint jobs on my channel that I have done with all line stuff, a majority of line stuff, but I don't really do a tutorial. I don't have the patience to do a paint tutorial. It takes, for me, watching yours, it takes a while. With the suspension, you just kind of set up the camera, explain what you're doing, and go about your business, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to, you know, start making a profit off of, you know, what you love to do, what you're passionate about. And I feel like as you get going on more and more, that's going to happen. You know, you make more money because obviously your skills increase, the quality is going to increase, and inflation's going to increase. So obviously it's going to be more.
Yeah. It's all thanks to you, man. Honestly, man, I like I've told you before, I know I've texted you and told you a million times, man, I can't thank you enough for the support, the help. You know, not only the channel, but I mean, dude, the boxes that come in, you know, I can't thank you enough, man. It's really made my life a little easier. And I mean, I think that's how we met. I messaged you through email and had a question. He's like, here's my number, man. Give me a shout. I think we talked for like an hour. And now, like, if I have any questions or anything, man, I just hit you up. Like
that's how it is. That's how it goes here.
I told you earlier, you know, you're like one of my good friends that I've never met face to face.
Well, I'm glad we're able to kind of talk face to face, and even if it is in front of a phone and a computer here. I do have something else for you. Speaking of boxes, what you got? We are going to hook you up with the new. For being on our show, you're going to be hooked up with the new 1.4 HVLP line gun. This is the pro version.
Sweet.
This comes with the hard cup. It comes with the disposable system as well. So if you don't want to really spend the money on the disposable stuff, you still have the hard cup, and you know, save the money on that too. No.
But disposable's way to go, bro.
I swear by it. It's very, very, very good. Okay. So, but you're going to get one of those.
I got a sneak peek for you too. So I'm gonna send this to you. So I've got an old shovel head tank off of an old shovel that was given to me. It's got a dent in it. So as soon as I get into painting, I'm gonna paint this thing fully painted out, and I'm gonna send you half of it. I've got the other half. So I'm gonna paint one up that has Carport Customs on it. Hopefully you'll hang it up in the shop. The other one I'm gonna paint up. We're gonna paint it line and hang it here under the carport. So yeah, I'm gonna be sending that to you here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hang that on my wall for sure.
Yeah, and then I've got a mailbox. I'm gonna paint half of it up and send it to you and let you do your touches on the other side of it, so you can paint it too. Be awesome.
All right, great. Well, it was a pleasure having you.
Thanks, man. Thank y'all.
Carport Customs YouTube over here.
Yes, sir. Camo tonight, huh? Camo.
All right, man. And yeah, we'll see you. We're gonna hook up again. We're gonna connect again, and we're gonna do some painting together.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm down. I would like to do that. Kind of get an idea of like what you're gonna be painting that night, and try to replicate it and show these guys that truly you can watch Adam Paul's paint, get a little bit of his supplies, and you can do it, man. Just get out there and do it. Spend a little money. You don't have to have $1 billion and a whole bunch of expensive stuff. But buy LiME products, man. It's a little cheaper, and they're great products. They really are.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And then you'll be getting the package in the mail. But yeah, if you're still around, we're going to keep you in the back hall here. And,
okay.
But if you're still around, we could clip back to you, but we got a lot of work to do, so we're going to.
Yeah, man. No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right, brother.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Take care.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Got my mic on?
Yep.
Okay. We're all good. All right. Appreciate that.
That's fun.
That was fun. All right. Where did I put that tape at? Okay. Let's get going here. We have a Sportster tank, and we have some 1/4-inch tape. We're going to go ahead and find our center line.
if there's some questions here while you're doing that.
Yeah, tear it up.
Okay. Mike give you a $10 super chat.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Nice. They love us.
Did I look good?
Okay. Yeah.
The fire in Maryville is 6 miles wide.
6 miles?
Here we go. Okay, we started with the 1/4 inch. We got our, let's make sure that thing's dead center. It's not. What I'm looking at is this fuel spout. I'm looking at both of these half circles and making sure they're even.
You guys are so nice. It was first time I get, yeah, I guess you guys seeing me on there. You're so nice. Thanks.
Ashley was so afraid to show her face to everybody.
No,
I was trying to tell her, hey, you're beautiful. Hey, don't worry about it.
Just focusing on my face. I'm just reading. I'm not doing anything. I'm just reading. Thank you guys. You guys are so nice. Yeah, so sometimes it's so fun to put faces to names and voices. So
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and prop this up a little bit.
everyone just giving lots of props to Carport Custom and what he did.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
that dude works really hard. Works really hard at what he does and puts out a lot of content, and he just doesn't stop. So it's great. It's the way that's the combination to being able to succeed for sure. I'm just kind of eyeballing this right here. It's nothing too serious.
Gary
Okay.
said, I often laugh at my screw ups. It's better to laugh than to throw it. Haha.
That's for sure. It's been a while since I threw something. I've been so mad, but it has happened.
John says, that's great seeing someone do what they like and make a living at it.
Yeah, for sure. Making sure that line's looking okay. It is.
Cody Daniels sent you a $20 super chat.
Oh, man. Cody Daniels always coming through. Thank you so much. Yeah, seen the work. Yeah, I'm going to open up this to other people if they were interested to sharing their story or even to share what they've painted any of these weeks. So if you're not shy, hey, just let me know. We can talk.
Even if you are shy.
Even if you are shy, let's get over it, will you?
Come on, if I can get on there. Jeez.
Yeah, and I told you, I'm like, we're going to have to put the video on this one. And she's all, why? Well, because you're going to have to show your face. I mean, he's showing his face. We're not going to not show our face. Come on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, you see the razor blade there. I'm going to lay this down. Oh, let's see. I'm going to pull up to the razor blade. You see that? That was right in the highlight. Instead of like cutting on the tape itself. All right, let me look at this and make sure that we're looking okay.
Someone says it feels good to throw it.
Okay, that looks good. We're going with it. So we're going to do a double stripe. This time we used 1/4 inch. We're going to go ahead and follow it up with half the size, 1/8 inch. We're going to start where there's kind of a straightaway. That would work too. And I'm going to aim for like an 1/8 inch between.
So somebody on the the Amazon live stream, I think it is, says, I've done a bunch of amateur refinish work on cars and they have all turned out great. I love watching your custom work and looking forward to finding that project to do some custom work. One of the projects to keep a Ducati needs some rework and seriously contemplating doing custom paint job based on your videos. Great stuff and to the point. It's way cheaper to mess up on a motorcycle tank than a fender, bumper cover, photo of a car. Thanks for all that you do.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're exactly right on that. And you might find you're actually really good at something.
Mine said, "Man, the gun looks sick."
Yeah, it's a good gun. We love it here. I say here, and it's just me, but.
Trey gave you a $5 super chat.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Those don't go unnoticed.
Thursday said, "You're all really good people. Thanks for all that you do."
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we do. I want to mention, because you did mention that somebody did chime in on Amazon. So we do stream on Amazon Live as well, multi-stream. You can check us out there, because that does also have a bunch of other videos, and it has a carousel of all the LimeLine stuff you're able to see. So yeah, you can go follow me on Amazon Live and also watch there if you're interested in that. If not, you just watch it from wherever you want to watch it. All right, trim that. That looks great. Okay, real quick. I'm not going to do the other side because I feel like we'll literally be here 3 hours. So I am just going to paint this one teardrop. I did want to show you real quick, because I get this question all the time on how do I know how do I match the other side? I mean, it's a question I hear all the time. So I really want to explain this real quick before we get to any other questions. What I do is, it's pretty simple. So I take the center line there, and I take, oh, you can't even see it. There we go. So I'm gonna take my thumb points right here and right here. So I'm in the middle of the tape there with the thumb, and then right there I'm at where the tape starts. So I'm gonna let that stick there. I'm gonna lay the razor blade about 1/16 of an inch away from that and trim it just like that. So, and what I can do, oops, sorry about that. So that gives me the distance there. So, oh, wait a minute. Am I doing that right? Man, I'm all telling you guys the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Let's try this one more time. The middle of that to that without stretching the tape. Move it over and then trim it 1/16 from where your fingernail is. Boom. Okay, so there it is. That's where the end of that is. Basically just taking and transferring the tape over. So the way to double check it is just to hold yourself with a piece of tape again to the middle, double check it. Yep, that's right there. So then we would run these across. We do one here, do one here, we do one here, we do one across here where it starts to bend. And then that way we have a guide. So we basically roll this thing around and 1/16 inch away. And as long as it matched up with the next one and the next one, it does take a little bit of time to line that out. But I did want to show you that real quick. So hopefully that helps if you didn't already know. If you didn't know that, well, sorry for wasting your time, but that's...
It looks like Trey. So I guess maybe this blue star, maybe I think I'm learning something. So the blue star, I think, means that's their first time they give a super chat. So
okay, yeah,
that's cool.
First time or super chatter.
Yeah, and it looks like Deer Slayer said he was the first one to give you his first super chat. So that's how I kind of learned that. I'm guessing that's how it works.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty cool. Never knew that.
I think I remember actually reading something about that. That's kind of a new thing. Okay. Well, bam. We're looking good.
Sophie said, my son calls me and a few of my friends the Camo Squad.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Josh says, thank you both. We've learned so much from these lives.
Okay, I'm going to take some, usually I would use the transparent black, but in this case, I'm going to use the regular pigmented black. Reason being is because I'm going to fade both ways on this, and I'm going to end up changing the color. I'm either going to go all the way black, or I'm going to go candy red. So I haven't decided the color on the top yet. I know what I'm doing on the side. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. So we're going to edge this out so we can keep it.
Jordan says, I started painting in December and have come leaps and bounds in that short time. I've literally probably watched every live you have put out. I pick up something every time I watch. Appreciate what you do.
Yeah, badass. Thank you for that. Yeah, you can go back and rewatch. You can go back and rewatch those lives. So if you missed something, or you need a more of an explanation, or if you just want to join in to the questions that we've answered every week, I mean, there's just a lot of information out there. It does take some time to go through, but yeah, I appreciate you guys going watching those for sure. Glad I'm able to help you.
Have you ever dimpled a tank?
Dimpled a tank.
So it looks like here's an explanation. Cutting the sides and welding them back in on the opposing side so the sides are concave rather than convex.
Yes. No. I know what that is.
No.
I know what that is. Never done it. I have painted a tank like that, though. I've never actually done it. Wait a minute. Is that what he means?
Yeah, exactly. You've never done it.
Painted it?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, kind of. It's hard to polish. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Nate said, did my first painting job on a couple of helmets, metal flake, skulls, and lace.
Oh, yeah. Skulls and lace, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Metal flake.
Adam, do you know Pete Hughes, a.k.a. my friend Pete from Moab?
Yeah, my friend Pete. He's from Moab? No clue. Is he really from Moab?
I don't know. Did you meet him in Motos in Moab or something?
No, I don't think I met him. I just know him because he has a YouTube channel.
Oh.
It's awesome. If it's the same one I'm thinking, it has to be that. Only Pete I know. Yeah, I think he has a YouTube channel. Yeah, maybe whoever said that, chime in some more about my friend Pete. It's the guy I'm thinking he teaches.
He said he's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, he is hilarious. That's why I like him. They're long ass videos, but yeah, I like. I've been painting for a long time, so I haven't really watched any. I watch his stuff because I kind of do my homework to see what other people are doing, and I like it. It is. It's hilarious. He don't put up with no shit, and he'll say it how it is. Maybe I should send him some LimeLine stuff and let him go at it. Give him a gun. Hey, buddy, here's a gun.
Say all the funny things you want about it. Do you ever use paper and a pound wheel to duplicate your layout?
I used to, and I have done it that way, yeah. The reason why I kind of don't like that is it's a powder. And the way he's saying is, maybe I'll just kind of bring people up to speed so they know what the heck I'm talking about. There's a method where you can transfer one design to the other side. Say like you're doing flames on this side, and you want to do flames on this flat side right here. You could basically take a piece of paper, lay it over your tape lines, and then take a pencil, and it'll scribble in where your tape lines are. And then after that, you would wait. Is that how it is? Huh. Anyways, I can't really remember. And then you take this little wheel that they use in sewing, and then you wheel it, and you punch a bunch of holes in it. It's like a little spur. And then you lay it down on the other side, upside down, and then you rub a bunch of pounce powder on top of it, and you pull it up, and voila, you have a bunch of little holes with a little chunk of chalk. So you can kind of see where your outline is. Does that make sense to you, Ash?
Yeah.
I did? Wow. I'm confusing myself saying that. But I don't like the fact you have to lay the chalk down. If it was something else besides the chalk. Because I don't know. Chalk and paint just don't go together, if you ask me. But it does work, and it's a method that people have been using for years. And it's a method I used to use, but have since found that there's better, easier ways. And a lot of times you'll find that you can eyeball it and get pretty dang close, and you can't really tell. Okay, so it looks like I got that. Let me make sure.
Someone on the Amazon said, which airbrush are you using, and are you spraying candy or just black paint?
This is just solid black base coat, and I'm using the Avante airbrush from Harbor Freight still. Still working. Well, that's all good. All right. So now we have this line registered. We can, we're going to go ahead and mask out everything around this because we do need to spray this white. But before we do that,
Biker Nick just gave you a $10 super chat, and I believe that was his first super chat. It has the blue star.
has the blue star too?
Yeah,
Oh, thank you very much. Who is it?
Biker Nick.
Biker Nick. I'll remember that. We have the 2-inch transfer tape here, and we have this Harley Davidson bar and shield. Basically, I took this off the internet, printed it out on a piece of paper. Where's it at? Right here.
Within 4?
Okay, I'll show them this. I printed it out on a piece of paper, and I cut it out, and then I airbrushed it on just like this. So I cut out a paper one of these, laid it on my stencil, and then I sprayed it onto the stencil paper. Does that make sense? And then I cut it one more time. This one's not cut yet, but that's what it looked like before. Printed out a regular paper. Huh? See? That's how that works. Okay. We're going to take this.
Harry Diamond just sent you a $10 super chat.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
The blue star, so first time from him?
No, I don't think so. We're going to have to find out what that blue is because I know. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
He said, thanks, Adam and Ashley, for all that you do.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, those mean a lot to us. They show YouTube that that my channel's actually working. Like, people love this channel. Okay, let's just try to show it to more people.
There's a question, and I think some of the guys on here answered it, but it just said, if custom painting a stock Harley paint job, do I need to sand down to bare metal or just to the primer?
You don't even really need to sand down to the primer. Let me get 2 rolls under here.
Yeah, they say don't go to the bare metal, and Darren knows, just scuff the paint. Yeah,
scuff the paint down. Clean it, scuff it, sand it, get all your pinstripes out. If there's a sticker logo in the side, sand it out completely. Don't mess with it and try to build up over it. Sand that out completely. So there is a chance you will break through bare metal on a logo. Pinstripes need to come out. 600 grit with DA sander works great. A hard sander with 600 grit works great. You can even go, if you're just doing 600 grit and you don't have any rock chips or anything like that, you can go straight to base coat, straight to the graphics. Most of the time, you're going to want to sand it down. 400 grit, 600 grit, or whatever you prefer on that. Make sure all the chunks, all the chips, all the, like we said, all the logos and stuff are out of it. And then we will, prime that at that point. Okay. Enough talking. There we go.
Enough talking?
No, just for a second.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good. I just have to get this.
Patrick sent you a $20 super chat and said, yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Patrick. Seriously sent you a $20 super chat and said, keep doing what you're doing. We love you. And because of you, we get to be better than ever.
Oh, thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Man, we're doing good tonight.
Thanks for the super chat, guys.
And just to think, I was going to give up right before this and say I'm done.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
So that was 20 from Patrick and Deersley.
Thank you. Deerslayer. Did you see Deersley?
Oh, I guess I didn't see the 8. Oh,
Deersley.
Look at that.
Yeah. One time I'm not stupid.
One time you're not stupid.
Yeah,
right.
that is true.
Bang, biscuit. All right, I did have a couple questions. So someone said how to stop house of color candy paint from bleeding into the clear coat.
You want to do light coats to start. Don't hammer it down too fast. Do a couple of dust coats on there. Let that set up. Let it harden up a little bit. And then hit it with a little bit heavier coats from that point. That way you can trap the candies. Because what's happening is you're hitting it so wet. It's laying out super wet. And those candies are just leaching into that wet urethane reducer. You know, it's just leaching in there, and it's going to run it all over into your other lines and stuff like that. If you're able to put some dry coats on there, you know, around everything, kind of like literally like 10% coverage, maybe another 10% coverage after that in another 2 or 3 minutes, and then hit it with a medium coat, and then hit it with a couple of heavy coats. Remember, you don't try to get this done all in one shot with a gun. That's where you're going to make the mistake. A lot of people, they think, oh man, the clear's not laying out right. Well, shoot, you're only on your second coat, man. It's not going to start flowing out on your first coat. If it's flowing out your first coat, you're going to have more problems than that, because you're going to have stuff moving around. You're probably going to have adhesion problems. You're probably going to have, if you have any kind of contamination, it's going to further make that worse. Is that something? Did I say that right? You're going to make that worse because, just because you have all those chemicals, and it's going to want to lay on there. If you have a little bit of a reaction there, it's going to overemphasize that reaction. Yeah.
Jordan sent you a $20 super chat also.
Wow, Jordan, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Someone had a question. They asked, does white over a darker color take more coats, or do you mix in a shitload of pigment? What's the trick there?
Well, that's kind of like what we're doing here. So that's kind of a good question. It's going to go along with what we're doing here. So I'm going to tape this out, and I'm going to lay down a white base coat, because the what are we doing again? Oh, the camo. The camo I'm doing is going to be in black, gray, and white. So I'm going to start with white, and this is going to answer your question. I'm going to start with white, and I'm going to move to gray, and then I'm going to do black last. Reason being for that is because it's easier to, you're not going to have to layer it so thick. You know, it takes a lot of white to cover black. It takes very little black to cover white. And you want to be careful with how much of a paint edge you're putting up against your tape. If you're spraying it on with an airbrush, you're usually okay. With a spray gun like we're going to do, you kind of have to be a little more careful. You just have to feather it in a little more, dust it on. That's the best way to say it.
Carrie says, don't forget to give us a like.
Yeah.
Over 100 people on here, and there's only 18 likes, so give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, if we can get it up to how many likes, we'll give a gun away. What do you say? If we can get up to 100 likes, that seems about right. If we can get this up to 100 likes, you'll get as long as you're in the U.S. or somewhere, Hawaii or Alaska, we'll send you a free gun. We'll figure it out. But yeah, let's get that up to 100 likes if we can. Get some stuff away.
So 10%, wait 10 minutes and repeat, so you're not bleeding the paints.
About 10% coverage, you know, and then just wait like 5 minutes or so to let that kind of like tack up a little bit and to release the solvents out of it, you know, because once you spray it, it is still releasing solvents from that, and then starting to dry. That way it's creating a little bit of a shell, a protection of that layer underneath. So maybe on the next coat, you have like another like 10 to 20%. So maybe you're around 30% now. So you have a good 30% coverage over it. You have a little bit of protection there. So you're not going to have all those solvents just sitting there waiting to just attack those paints that are not chemically hardened, because, you know, candy paint is not chemically hardened. There's not a part A and a part B to that, like clear coat. Clear coat has a part A, part B. Mix them together. Hey, they get hard. They get so not just dry. They get hard. They can withstand solvent. If you're applying solvent over the top, it can withstand that. In most cases, it can withstand that. It can withstand gas, and that's the reason why we have two parts. They sand better because they sand and they dust up rather than like. You ever tried to sand base coat, one part base coat? It kind of just. It doesn't really sand. What's the best way? It's kind of just move it around. It's kind of gooey. So that's the purpose of having a two-part. And so yeah, you have to be careful, because what we're laying over the top of this is not a two-part. So this can be re-wetted. We take urethane reducer, it's just going to re-wet it all. That's the same thing that's kind of happening. You're re-wetting it on the part, which is not a good thing.
And then, so there's lots of things to say. Let's see on here. I have to say my friend Pete is from Dallas. He moved to and now has his business in Moab.
Oh, shit.
What printer do you use for the water slide transfers? Awesome content. Thank you.
Printer, I use a inkjet printer. So you have to use an inkjet.
Swampy gave you a $10 super chat and said, "Big thanks. I'll think of something to ask later."
Thanks, Swampy. Appreciate you.
And then someone said, "What are we doing again?" Love it. I will see you if you forgot.
Yeah, what am I doing? I haven't even started painting yet. Okay. Enough making fun of me.
Awesome work. Learned a lot about leafing. Still practicing.
Yeah, like Lo mentioned before about leafing. Leafing's one of those things, no matter what method you use, it's going to take a little bit of practice because you need to know your dry times. You need to you kind of have to know how to do it wrong and how to mess it up to know how not to do it again. So it's one of those things. If you're new at leafing, practice it like 3 times. Get 3 clean pieces of metal or plastic or whatever they are, and practice on those. And try to see which ones spin good. Try to double leaf it. Try to do too much glue, and you'll see that how the leaf will tear and the leaf will be like textured if that happens. You want to make sure that you have your air pressure up and you're spraying that on really smooth.
It looks like we got the likes up to 80.
80. All right. 20 more to go. Giving a gun away. Speaking of that, all right, look at this. We have some white base coat because like we mentioned before, we're going to use white base coat. So start with white, go to gray, and then finally move to black. And the way we're going to do that is I did start making these stencils. I'll have to make a few more. I'll show you how to do that real quick. I just did it out of tape. We'll make a few more of those. Show you how to layer them out. And shouldn't be that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a cap on this.
He said, "I learned last episode that you do multiple layers when you leaf."
Yes, that's if you want your leaf to turn out 100% or close to, glue it and leaf it twice. Glue, leaf, get it all cleaned up, get your edges all down, glue it again, leaf it one more time. That way you have that base layer of leaf if something was to happen, which it usually does. Like a little bit here and there always kind of happens.
Let me see. This just hold on. Can I spray your products on a street bike? Plastics.
Yes. Yeah, you can. You'd want to use an adhesion promoter. Some kind of a plastic adhesion promoter.
Adventures of Noble Boy gave you another $20 super chat.
Wow. We're going wild today. Thank you so much. We got the LiME 1.4 tip. Let's see here. Pro 1.4 HVLP LiME.
Can you spray urethane clear coat over an acrylic single stage paint?
Yes, you can. It needs to be dry and you need to have it sanded and clean. And start with light coats. Always start with light coats if you ask me. Okay, we got that white mixed up. I'm going to take you guys down to the booth. We're going on a little field trip. You're going to have to stay up here. I'm sorry. You take care of them. Let's see. Hold on. I got to get my stuff down there.
Do I need to primer cornhole boards that are made of wood? What other preps needed before the flake?
Well, actually, if you're flaking it, I wouldn't even worry about priming it. I would sand it smooth, hit it with black base coat right on top of the wood, because that's so porous, it's going to absorb right into it. You're not going to have any problems with adhesion on that. And then flake it. And the reason why you can get away with that, is because the flake is going to cause some texture. So if you have some texture to the board, it's going to get covered anyways. So go straight to the black base coat and then the flake with the clear coat in it, and then a couple more coats of clear over the top, and then sand that down. You're ready for graphics. All right, I'm going to head downstairs and then I'm going to come back and grab the phone.
Okay.
You can answer questions from here on out.
Isaac, thanks for the $20 super chat. I'll tell him when he gets up here. Thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate that. How do I become such a badass? I don't know. I'm not, really. I'm just an average girl. Thanks, Patrick.
All right.
Trying to send super chats to Ash for being a top-notch moderator.
Here you go. All right.
We haven't tried any new beers, Ash. No, I'm drinking water tonight, too. Our man says...
Okay, so hopefully I can talk right now. Y'all can hear me. Real quick, I'm going to go over the gun. This is a 1.4 HVLP, high volume, low pressure. You can see that the most important thing here is the air control valve. Now, usually people do have some kind of a regulator down here that has the monitor that allows you to know how much PSI is going into the gun. To be honest, those numbers, they don't really work out because those are all relevant to how thick or thin your paint is. So I like to actually listen to it and see how it sprays and how it's flowing out. So I want to make sure this goes on really light and in dry because we don't want to load up the edges around the edges with all this white because when we pull that tape, it's going to leave a bad edge. So we're going to want to make sure we have the air pressure up and it's spraying a nice fan pattern like that. We also have, this is the fan pattern adjustment valve, speaking of fan pattern, and we're able to adjust that as well. See that? Straight stream. In that case, we would really turn that down. There's not very many cases you would use a straight stream unless you're trying to unless you're painting a trailer and you need to jam it into the corner. Really, you're gonna have it all the way up. In this case, you're gonna have it all the way up fan pattern. That way, we're gonna get a nice mist all the way across this. So I wanted to show you that real quick. The other adjustment real fast is the fluid adjustment valve, which tightening that in only allows the trigger to come back so far, because the farther this trigger goes back, the more paint comes out. But for the most part, you always leave that fully open. All right, I'm going to double check my edges and make sure it's looking good. Okay. All right, you see how I didn't go all crazy and like just pile on a whole bunch of paint? That's how most people would do it. I mean, I don't know, maybe not most people, but you have to have a little bit of patience with this. The lighter that this goes on, the faster it's going to dry as well. I mean, this is almost dry. Okay, getting a little better. I'm going to use a little bit of air to blow it. Dry it off a little bit. There we go. Use a little bit of air. All right, we're almost at full coverage. A little bit of air again. Usually this is not the right way to do it. Any professional would tell you don't really blow it off like this because you could blow stuff into it. But we're not going to be here all night. If you got time, don't do this. All right, let's put some more paint on here. Last coat. Okay. Well, I'm back. All right. Ooh, it's hot down there.
Isaac gave you a $20 super chat.
What up, Isaac? Thank you.
And then,
At the first?
like when you first went down. And then
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Gave you a $10 super chat.
Who is that?
Randy.
Randy. Yep, know that name. Thank you, Randy. Whew. All right, let's get this tank back up here.
See what else they were saying. Someone asked if I ride bikes. You know what? I used to. I'm a nurse, and so I've just seen way too many scary and taken care of way too many motorcycle accident patients. And then my sister was in a really, really, really bad accident, and I took care of her in the hospital and then at home when she went home, and I was just too scared after that. I did one last ride. Adam asked me a few years ago on our anniversary, and I was nervous as hell the whole time. So I don't ride anymore or ride on the back. I know he wishes I would, but I can't. I'm too nervous to do it.
What are you nervous to do?
Ride a bike.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that. Okay. We're back on the tank here. We're going to give this a little bit more time to dry, but that's perfect because I do need to show you how I make the stencils for this. Because what are we painting again? Oh yeah,
Camo.
I knew that. I'll just.
Jordan says Ashley needs to paint something so we can see what she's learned from Adam.
There you go.
How are the shirts coming? Yes, guess what, guys? They're on their way. They're supposed to be here literally any day. Any day.
Probably tomorrow, actually, huh?
Yeah.
They're coming from Salt Lake, aren't they?
No, Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're literally on their way. They should be here any day. So we're excited to have them and see them, and hopefully they're awesome.
Hopefully they're not dumb.
Everybody said your stairs are scary as hell. They can't believe that it's that steep.
That's
A lot
what?
of people are like, "Don't fall. Be careful."
Oh yeah, the stairs.
Yeah, I don't go down that way. He created me a different way to go down because it is sketchy.
Yeah, that's the quick way. And if you're not careful, you can take the really quick way. Okay, you can see here how I made these earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and do kind of the same thing. You know, I'm just gonna kind of draw like these. That's the nice thing about camouflage is, you know, it's all kind of wacky and it doesn't matter how you really do it.
When you're down there, everybody saw the gun and said, "It's a nice gun. They like it." What they just said. Someone asks, "What would you compare it to? What size compressor do you use?"
So I use a dual 2-stage compressor. Usually any body shop would want to use a dual stage or something. You know, it has the 2 pumps. So the pump here, it's like a V. Not just the little pancake, you know, the other little electric one. So you want the motor. What am I saying? You want the V motor, the pump, with the motor that has like the belt to it. And then like I think it's a 50-gallon. I don't know what it is actually. A lot of it is how fast it fills it up, not really how big the tank is. This one a little smaller. I'll do all these ones a little smaller because I think I might need some smaller ones. Like I'm not really like doing anything. I'm just kind of just doing whatever. Okay. We're going to take a blade and we can zero down in this a little bit.
Everyone says they want to know what one day you should just show them your bikes in the shop and kind of tell them a little bit about them.
Yeah, I could do that. I don't know how many people are really interested in that, but okay, I'm just going to take this blade and just kind of go around the reference that I did. You don't have to like really follow the line perfect because it wasn't anyways. But by drawing it out, it gives you something at least to go off of.
So you could just Cricut some stencils, right?
You could find. So if you were to do this on a Cricut, you could find like a good quality image of this, whatever, you know, camo, and then put it into the Cricut design space. Take that picture in there, and then just use their software that's in there to create the vector cut lines. It'll do that automatically, so you don't need to like learn how to do a pen tool or anything like that. You just need to know how to find the right picture really, and then push the right buttons, and then you're good to go. It puts it into the program, and then you decide the size, and then you just print them out. But yeah, that would be a way to do it.
We're at 91 likes, guys. Come on, we're so close.
Well, they're going to be happy. Somebody's going to be happy when they hit 100.
They said would be interested in bike stories. The shirts come in fat kid sizes.
Depends how fast.
Yeah, we have. We
But
did
yes,
get several sizes in them.
I think we got XXX, right?
I think XXX was the biggest we did get. Yes.
Yep. I'm going to get on those fast though.
Where are we going to put them for sale at? Where are they going to be for sale at?
They're going to be on all the platforms. They're also going to be on Amazon. So
9 more. Hit the like button. Come on, y'all.
only 9 more.
9 more likes. I can't see it. But
Well, we need 9 more people because they can't like it twice. Well, we have 114 people on here. Yeah, whoever hasn't hit the like button, go ahead and do that.
They said, they want to know some stories about they want to hear about your bikes.
Did I only cut that one? Right now?
Can you do multi-layer stencil with the Cricut?
You can. That is possible. It is beyond what I know, but I have seen it on there. It said multi-stencil. And then I bet it's not too hard. I just haven't had the time to really learn how to do it. And I always kind of been a one stencil kind of guy. Never really have I been a multi-stencil.
We're at 107 likes.
Wow, that was quick. Give away a gun?
Yep.
Whoa, how are we going to do this?
Do you sell the adhesive promoters? How are we going to do this?
Do I sell the adhesion promoter? I don't sell the adhesion promoter. You can find it through Sim, the company Sim.
Yay, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
I love giveaways.
Well, then go ahead. Give it away. So
Give it away. Give it away.
Give it away now. Give it away now.
I don't know.
Well, I know we did the number thing. Maybe the first we could do the first one to
you said last time like a trivia thing.
Yeah, I don't know any trivia though.
Oh. Okay, you don't know trivia?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
We all got a rock, paper, scissors till the last person standing.
The last one that closes the live off tonight. You just have to stay on.
Oh, no.
You got to be on, though. You have to have your picture.
No, people got to work Friday.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. We're already running a little bit long, but we're getting closer here. I got this last couple to cut out. And then we're going to get to laying these things down and showing you how to airbrush on the different colors and how we overlap these. To be honest, I haven't really even done this. I just kind of know how I would do it if I was to do it. So let's see if my mind's eye is working correctly. All right.
What's your trivia question going to be, babe?
Well, since we're talking about motorcycles, and you can double check to make sure that they get the right answer, because I don't think I know his full name, but I do have a trivia question.
Okay.
About a chopper builder.
About a chopper builder.
Yeah, like who built a certain bike. Does you think that sounds about right? Mm-hmm. I think they would know. All right, so
Dear Slayer sent you a $20 super chat.
Oh.
Said pick me.
Wish it could be that easy.
Scott sent you a $20 super chat. You guys are awesome. Love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, I have the trivia question, and I have proof of the answer.
Okay, then I'm gonna give away a gun. I'm gonna do a trivia.
Oh, you're giving away one too?
Yep.
Okay.
I just upped it. We're gonna give away 2.
All right.
I have a girly trivia question.
Oh, great. Well, we're going to go with mine first, and then we'll follow up with yours.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so be ready, guys, because the first one, now remember, the first one that types it in and it says on our end, because sometimes when you have the correct answer, it could show you that you're first because you're the one that typed it in, because it didn't get all the way through the lines. So it's whoever types it first on our end. We have to look at it and see who's first. So if it says first on yours, don't get mad. All right. So famous bike builder. We're talking about bikes and choppers. You know, there's only so many real famous bike builders, right? So who built? Let's see if I have some other info on this thing. No, there's no years or anything. Okay, so who built the bike called the Penny Saved? It was actually built April 31st, 2006. Famous bike builder. the penny saved bike.
Who is it?
What? Don't say it out loud. Can't read that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh,
Somebody got it? Somebody got it?
yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and lay it out here. I do have this and it shows proof. So this is the 131 scale. Huh. Copper. No, not copper penny. Penny saved. Jesse James. Cool. So who was it?
I'm trying to see. It's going crazy.
All right. Let's go ahead and put
First
this.
one. Diamond cut paint.
All right.
Diamond custom paint. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Oh, Diamond Custom Paint got it? All right. Well, you got yourself a new gun.
The answer was.
Jesse James.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if he said it or not.
Yeah, I said it's Jesse James.
Because I read it. Oh, yeah, you showed it. Okay, Jesse James. That's Jeremy Diamond. Looks like you won it.
You won it. You did it. You were the fastest and the smartest. Okay, first things first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our pieces here.
Don't go nowhere. I'm going to ask you a girly question. And I'm going to give away somebody a gun.
Oh, looking forward to that. All right, so first things first, we'll go ahead and just lay this anywhere, really. Kind of want it to go long ways this way. That's what I kind of imagined, is like everything was kind of cut long. So everything we're laying down here is going to be saved the white color. So we're masking off certain areas of just the white. What does that look like? Hummingbird?
I don't know.
Maybe right here? Yeah. Now we don't want to mask up any white next to this. We can have some gray, but we don't want any white. Maybe we could do a little bit right there, actually.
Should I ask my question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you?
I think they're all waiting.
They're all waiting?
Yeah, they're all wanting to know what your question is.
Somebody said it's kind of like the ink blot. Blot test at the shrink's office.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I'm going crazy.
I'm going to unmute my mic so y'all can hear me. Okay. This is the girly question. Okay. First person on our end that I see that has the right answer, then I'm going to send you a gun. So today was a very popular day for a lot of girls.
It was?
Basic. For a basic girl. Starbucks announced it. What day was it today? I even had to get one. So,
Oh, it was a day today, huh?
yeah, it's a popular day that something comes out.
Sunshine Day? The sun comes out?
No.
Huh. Lipstick?
Pumpkin spice latte. Yes. Y'all listen to your wives. I'm so proud of you.
Unless they're coffee connoisseur and Starbucks lovers.
True, but
That's awesome. Okay, let's see
You
who
didn't-
got it. I was for sure thinking, no, this might take a second. Yeah, it's a very famous day today. Me and both the girls had to get a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh,
So good.
well.
We wait for it all season long. Creative Cuts Media. Looks like you are the one who won.
Oh, I know that name.
He did PSL. That was the fastest pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, he even knew the slang for it.
Yeah.
Man, never mind. He's getting more.
He even knew the flame. PSL.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some. We'll write that down. We'll throw some flake and some tape in there because that's just too good.
Some pumpkin.
Yeah, you're gonna get yourself
pumpkin scented candle or something. It's like, don't give me that. Good job, guys.
Yeah. So it's the winnings. Just contact the LiME paint supply with the address.
Yeah, I'll put it here, and then you guys just email us, and then we'll send it out. Good job, you guys. I'm proud of all of you.
They did it.
You did it.
All right. All right. One more. We're getting back to business here. Let's see. Yeah, so that can stay like that. That's fine. Okay, I think that'll do it. Okay, there's our first layer. So everything that I masked off is going to stay white. Pretty easy thing to see, right? One thing you do want to make sure is that all your tape lines, all your masking is down really tight. If not, got to go back and fix it. We don't want to have to do that too many times. Okay, could put one more right there. I like how it kind of breaks off right there. We'll do more gray and black right there. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and do this. Let me grab my white real quick.
You guys want to be nice to your wife or your daughters or any ladies, just go order them one of those and take it to them tomorrow. They'll be super happy, and try them. They're good. Some of you guys said the gross, but they're good.
They're not as good as like
like
the white chocolate.
There's the nitro brew with the pumpkin.
Oh, there is? Okay, okay. That's around we're talking. I like the nitro brew. All right, so we have white base coat here. All right, I'm gonna take this white base coat and I'm gonna add some black base coat to it. And as you know it, it's going to make what color? What color is that gonna make, Ash?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening, Dave.
What does white and black make?
A lighter black.
White. What's a lighter black? Okay, there you go.
Just messing with you.
No, I thought you were serious.
No,
You're serious.
No, I'm
okay.
with you.
We got a lighter black here.
Shine Customs sent a $10 super chat.
Woo!
Thank you.
Shine Customs. That's a good name.
Shine Customs said you guys' relationship's awesome. Thanks for the knowledge and the products.
You're welcome. Pouring a little bit of more reducer into this because we need it thinner.
Have you ever had any issues with reactions from layering the paint in multiple coats? That happens a lot with conversion varnish that I use on cabinets and trying to see what is different.
Yes, that is true. If you multiple coats, you could have some reactions with that if you're layering it too fast, too quick. Because once again, the reducers, like the reducers I just put into this to make it thin, are going to be wet and they have time to attack what's underneath, and it can only withstand so much, you know, especially if you're clear coating it, but your clear coat is really thin. If it's really thin, that wet urethane reducer that's in here is going to like eventually penetrate underneath that. It's gonna blow through that little thin layer because you sanded that clear coat down. It's gonna blow through that, and it's going to like eat up the rest of the base coat, re-wetting it, causing it to wrinkle and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you ever had problems with wrinkling from doing multiple layers on top of hardened clear coat, it's probably because of that. So I think one thing we can definitely say we've learned on this particular live is layer your paint thin to start, no matter what it is. And on base coat, you don't even have to go like this. You don't have to go wet. We're not trying to make it shiny. In fact, if it's too shiny, you overdid it. You know, you're going to pull the tape and have a bad tape line. Okay, so we're going to go back in the booth because I feel like that's going to be faster than trying to airbrush this and blowing all that paint around. We'll get it done down there. So let me, I'll grab this, take it back downstairs. Okay, keep it entertained. We have 107 people on right now. So when I come back.
Keep them entertained. What do you want me to do? A jig or something? He says, keep them entertained. The hell? What is going on? A lot of you guys say caramel ribbon crunch. That's good too. Now I want a coffee, but then I really won't sleep. Or the other drink is caramel macchiato. That's good. We like coffee. Sometimes we do Starbucks, but we have a real fancy coffee machine at home. We make a lot of coffees at home too. So good. Someone's singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall. There you go. Pole dance. Yeah, I think that he's wanting me to do something. How am I supposed to entertain? Someone asked again if I ride. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I'm a nurse and I've seen way too many scary things. And my sister was in a really bad accident and I took care of her in the hospital at home and I just got too scared. Can't do it. Wear your damn helmets. Too. I'm serious. All y'all should wear your helmets.
Custom painted helmets.
Custom painted.
Wear your custom painted helmets.
You wouldn't believe how many patients I've taken care of that. I won't use medical terms because you guys won't know it, but their head looks like a basketball that's inflated and someone's kicked it in.
Okay, we're not going to turn this morbid. Let's go.
Wear helmets.
Okay, I got the gray locked on. Shake it up a little more. Nice band pattern. Okay, starting to get some coverage there. Actually covered pretty well. The fact that we're painting over white, it goes a lot faster. Blow a little bit of air once again.
What's under the tarp down there? They want to know.
Oh, secret, huh? Want to know everything. That's a Cadillac Seville that I painted. It was our Sunday. It was our Sunday car in our when my dad was around. Had it since we were a kid, so I was able to give it some new life. And waiting to do long coming. We'll be doing a LS swap in it. Let me go get that tank.
What year? I can't remember what year it is. Huh. Can't remember. I'll ask him when he comes up here. Babe, what year's the Caddy?
It's a 78 Seville.
78.
It's a Seville, though.
Seville.
He showed it different. Okay. Whew.
You have some questions.
Okay. We can do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Man, I've just seen those sketchy steps so much good. Estimated time it takes to complete majority of the jobs you do.
Right now, or when I'm trying to really get work done? It takes me forever to do a job right now because I do so much content around it. Most jobs I don't even pick up anymore because there's just not enough time in the day. But I can usually get a job done in 4 days if I bust my ass. Tank and 2 fenders. Make a couple $1,000s. But that's busting your ass, and that's if nothing goes wrong. And that depends if you're not doing leaf. If you're doing leaf, add another day and a half. And more clear.
Send it to me. I'll put air right on it.
Oh, there you go. It does have air ride on it, actually. It's all set up with air ride.
What's air ride? The hydraulics?
No.
Oh.
Hydraulics is hydraulics.
Oh.
Air ride is, well, it goes up and down. So it's like hydraulics. Air.
I like the bouncing cars.
You like the bouncing cars?
I like them with the real hydraulics on it.
Yeah.
When you hit the switches.
I still hit switches on there.
Yeah.
Looks like we broke one there. I'm just going to go ahead and...
How do you keep your parts from spinning around when hanging like that? Mine look like a top.
It does happen, huh? Wire, I think. I think wire helps rather than string. Baling wire.
You can kind of bend it, huh?
Yeah, but they still do run from you.
How long can the paint stay in the cup if it's sealed up?
In that cup, if it's sealed up with the plug, it can stay. It'll start to thicken up after like a week or so. But I've used it like candy paint. I've used like up to a month in that, because candy paint seems to, like, it gets kind of jello-y, but you can always re-wet it. Sometimes base coat's just too far gone to save. Did I answer that question correctly? I don't even know if I just even said that right, but what was the question again? I don't even know what the hell I was saying.
How long can the paint stay in there?
Oh yeah. So I would say 2 weeks on anything, but then longer on candy.
How well do you clean your airbrush and spray gun between color changes?
Not a whole lot. Between color changes, I basically just pour or spray a little bit of the lacquer thinner or gun cleaner through it. Just kind of flush it through. Spray bottle works good too. So yeah, just flush it through. Good to go to the next color. It all depends on what color you're changing to, though. If you're changing from a red to a white, you got to clean it all the way out, because that red's going to, what's going on here? What did I pick up? Chunk of something. Oh, what the hell? Well, please remind me.
When you're going from red to white.
Oh yeah, red to white. Yeah, you definitely need to clean out your airbrush much better, because that red is going to contaminate that white. Like even just a little speck of it, it's going to turn it pink. So yeah, it all depends. If you're going from gray to black, shoot, you barely even need to spray it out, at all, really. We'll leave that one.
Would you be interested in doing a full car if the pay is good? Engine bay, side skirts, etc.
No, not me.
Looking at a sporty to buy right now. Laugh out loud. What kind of bike do you ride?
I mostly ride a Shovelhead, 1983.
When you were painting bikes, would you paint more than one bike at a time, or do one, finish it, and move to the next one?
That is a very good question. In most cases, I would have two going on at the same time. Not necessarily the whole time. Usually when I start one, I'm ending one, and then right when I'm like in the thick of things, I'm usually just on that one. But by the time it gets down to the final layers where you start to clear coat, you can start to bring in other parts when that's starting to happen, and then you could do like your final. You're kind of just getting things cleaned up. Some things need to go back through to clear one more time, maybe a couple touch-ups here and there that'll go back through. But other than that, if you have a bigger booth, it's a good idea to do that, because then you're sharing your booth with other things that need to be done. So if like more clear needs to happen, you're already clearing anyways.
Have you used I hope I said this right, Kremlin before? I think it's a type of gun. Sorry, I saw this question earlier and I kind of got lost.
No, I haven't. Nope. No, for the last couple of years, I've just been using the LiME line guns, because that's what I have been testing. Before that, I was using Iwata. Somebody did ask what I compared that gun to, and that's what I would compare it to. It's an Iwata. Is it as good as an Iwata? I don't know. You got to tell me. I haven't used an Iwata in a long time, but the way I remember it.
Swampy said, my kind of guy, shovels and pans rule.
There you go.
Ray says, I ride a Heritage Softail, better for my back.
For sure. What else you guys ride? Let's hear it. You guys ride something? It don't need to be a Harley. If you ride a carriage, let's hear it.
Connor said, how did base coat dry fast enough to put tape on? Wouldn't it peel the paint since it didn't dry long?
No, it don't need to dry that long. We're just using a regular 1K base coat. It doesn't have any clear coat or anything in it. So it dries fast. As long as you're applying it properly. Which is, how do you want to apply it? To start?
Thin coats.
Thin coats to start.
When you clear, do you lay it on wet right off the bat?
No. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Yeah, danger. That's dangerous.
Okay, let's see. There's lots of bikes coming in, so let's see what they say. 06 Deluxe.
Nice.
Sigby said, hire me as your producer. Been in the AV production industry for 18 years. I'm only half joking. Carport Custom says, my wife has a Royal Enfield calf racer.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Is that the one we showed? You showed?
Lee said, I have a 08 Sportster 883 with a 1200 top end kit.
Ooh. That's the way to have a Sportster.
John says a Schwinn.
Well, there you go. Good on gas mileage.
Ray says, I also have a 90 Ironhead.
Oh, yeah. That'll give you some trouble.
Swampy said an IS or LS.
An LS. An LS what?
Patrick said a 14 Electric Glide. A 2021 Lowrider.
Ooh.
S.
That's what I want.
No, an 03. Cody says an 03 Road King with Road Glide fairing.
Oh, nice. That's different.
Randy says a Sportster and a Heritage. Scott says custom 08 Yamaha Raider. Josh says an 18 Softail Breakout.
I painted some of those. Not a whole lot.
Dragon Killer says I ride a 2013 Yamaha Raider SCL.
Ooh, nice.
The Killer Capricorn says Yamaha Striker and an R1.
Double trouble.
Colin said, oh, dang, let's see if I can say this. Aprilia RS 250 with a Bimoda value VD. What the hell am I even saying? Aprilia, is that right?
I don't have no idea. Sounds Italian.
Aprilia RS 250 with a Bimoda VD motor in it.
Huh.
My wife said I can't ride mine, Heather said.
You
just got your damn bike fixed. What do you mean?
She didn't say that.
Isaac said an 01 Electric Glide. Carrie said, my dad has a V-Rod. I did have a Honda Shadow. My father teasingly called the poor man's Harley.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what it is. But they start every time.
They're dependable, huh?
Yeah. More so.
Isn't that what Dustin's bike was? That your first bike you painted?
Nah, it was a Kawasaki.
Oh. Jeremy says a 2003 Goldwing for cruises, a 2009 CBR 600 race bike for the track.
Ooh. I wish I had something like that too. We don't have any kind of sport bikes here.
LP says
Sorry about that.
BMW S650 GS. Creative Cuts Media says my 6-year-old daughter and I ride motocross.
Oh, badass. What, 6-year-old?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool. I got a 79, Michael says, I got a 79 Shovel Super Glide, 2016 Road Glide Ultra, and a 2021 48.
Dang.
Mark says,
He's still married? You still married?
Why?
That's a lot of bikes.
3 bikes?
Oh, I don't know.
How many bikes do you have?
I don't count, babe.
Okay. Don't ask that question because you have more bikes.
And neither do you.
You have more bikes than that, so don't say that. Mark says a Yamaha Zuma. A 2011 Dyna Street Bob.
Oh.
Vic says a 2015 Breakout with a 110 Stage 4 kit. Paul says an Ultra Classic. Connor says, I race ATV MX, so I'm on a custom ATV.
Wow.
Oscar says a 2020 Street Bob. Is that what Star's bike is?
Yes, it is a Street Bob, but it's, I don't know what year it is. I think it's a 21, actually.
Mystic Ranch Custom says an 08 Sporty, 05 Night Train, 74 Yamaha 650 Hardtail Bobber. AJ says S1 Lightning and Softail. Carport Custom says 74 CB 750, a 73 Ironhead Sporty. Mad Mike says a 2022 Ninja 400. Darren says a 2016 Shadow. Swampy says I'm riding a 03 Roadstar. My water horse that was a glitch. Oh, I must have said it. Damn, maybe I said it yours wrong. Sorry. Let's see where people ended. Jeff says an 06 Springer Softail. Jim's 131 on NOS.
That's a lot of bikes.
Darren says a 2006, not a 2016. Oh. Bob says my wife won't ride either. She is a CT tech for 34 years. I'm a firefighter and have seen my share of motorcycle accidents, but I love riding my Kawasaki versus 1000 LT. Yeah, I know it's not.
Okay, we're going down.
Careful, they're gonna tell you.
I got X's marked on there. All right. We're going to throw some black base coat on this. Let's make sure that all of our stencils are pressed down good. Once again, we're doing light coats. And I don't know if you remember, when we had first applied the white, we just left the stencils on. And we layered on more stencils on top of that. If we were to do this in reverse, started with black, and then went with gray, and then hit it with white, we would most likely have two issues. One issue would be the one I talked about earlier, where there would be too much build around the stencil because it takes more paint in order to get it covered. There's one other issue. What was it? The other issue is that spraying the white over black, you're going to have a little bit of a blue shift, which is going to make your white look a little bit bluish. And if you're okay with that, that's fine, but it's not really that good of a look if you're wanting a pure white. So watch out for that. Okay. Back. We're almost done. We're gonna place these guys back up here. We'll grab that tank.
Cheese Grits and NyQuil said, poor Adam is winded.
Years. I'm running up and down those stairs. It's true. True fact. What's his name? Cheese it?
Cheese Grits and NyQuil.
Okay.
That's a funny name.
I don't think that's a combo you're supposed to mix. I have to ask my doctor about that.
There's a question. So when doing designs, would you recommend to go with the light colors before the dark?
Always go light to dark when it's in a pigment. You're a better bet with that. A little more light on this so we can see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, usually always go light to dark unless you're using transparent paint, so you'd go dark to light.
Should put it right in and paint clinic together.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Do you have to clear it within a certain time frame?
Yeah, you don't want to wait for longer than like a week.
You need to install a fireman's pool.
We've actually thought about that. Yeah, we have a little elevator. That's how we get the bikes up here. But yeah, I'm afraid to hurt myself on one of those actually.
Hurt yourself on what?
A fireman's pole. A lot of injuries on those things.
When you were a firefighter, didn't you have to go down the pole?
Yeah, we only had one fire department that had a pole.
Oh.
They wouldn't let me go down it.
Why? Because you're too husky?
No. Like, yeah, you're over the weight limit, dude.
Why couldn't you go down it?
Because I was only part-time and they didn't allow part-time employees to go down the pole. It was sucked. It's like all I want to do is just go down the pole.
Oh,
No, I never got to do it.
oh man.
There was a sign there that says no part-time employees on pole.
No, there was
Yeah,
not.
there was.
No, there
Pissed me
wasn't.
off.
It's not.
Discriminate against me. So far, so good. Look at this. Is it looking all right? It'll look better as I pull more off. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. That's looking good. That overlap. Where are we at here? Could be using a tape removal blade on this because we're risking scratching this base coat with this thing. I'm going to be real careful.
You always ask me for one of those. Do you want me to try to find one?
No, if you can find one, I'll use it.
I got bit by a mosquito. Feeling like a dream.
Oh, yeah.
Is the black you sprayed dry right now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you would always want to wait till your paint is dry to fill your tape. At no case would you ever fill tape if it's wet. And your paint shouldn't be too wet too long when it comes to base coats. If it is, then you've applied it too fast and too wet.
Sig P says, I mean, did they have rules against part-time employees going into structures trailers?
Oh, no, they didn't have problems with that.
He's lying about the pool. Liar.
You think so? When I was being real. I can't remember the exact reason why I couldn't go down it, but I'm pretty sure that was the reason. Oh, thank you. Tape removal blade. That way I can dig into this and not have to worry about like cutting into the paint.
Mark, Jeremy says, looking good. And then Mark said, my wife made a lot of money on a fire pole.
Is that what they call it?
Is it just a regular urethane base coat?
Yep, just a regular urethane base coat. You can use, I'm using the LiME line base coat on all these. I was just basically using white and black and then making the gray out of that. Okay, I think I got all the tape stencils off. One thing I do need to do is I need to outline this in black. Like all of the Harley emblem needs to be outlined in black. The reason being is because that is going to end up going red, candy red. Not tonight, but before it's all said and done, they'll probably get cleared, and then I'll go back through and I'll hit it with red.
Cheddar said it will start out as fireman pull, and next thing you know, stripper night at Time Warp every Tuesday.
Hey, okay. Hey, as long as I'm still getting super chats, I'll do what I need to do. They'll probably stop. Crickets will come back. All right, let's go ahead and take our black base coat, and we're just going to outline this Harley emblem. Just giving it a fade.
Banana Hammock Thursdays at LiME. All the super chats will be $1 at a time then.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, stripper money, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of dollar bills.
Greetings from France.
France? What time is it in France? Let us know. All right, I already lost the tape removal blade. So we're going to go ahead and pull this guy off right here.
6 a.m. in France.
Oh, good morning.
Someone said, make it rain. I see a yellow tape, top right, gray patch.
Right here?
I see it too. Damn, that mosquito got me 2 times. Little sucker. $20 is $20, they said.
It's true. Be
Michael said, my daughter said your tank looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. We watch you every Thursday.
Tell her thank you. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're almost finished with this one. We're going to pull this stencil off. Be real careful.
For the urethane paint, is it air that dries it or heat?
Both, actually. Yeah, the hotter it is, the faster it's going to dry. Air does help that as well. Airflow will actually dry it pretty dang fast. Just trim that a little bit so I don't have a paint peel. Okay. Looks like I have a little bit of touch up to happen right here. That's what happens when you oversaturate it a little bit. You get a little bit of the white highlight, but and that's obviously just the stencil that goes up underneath. I like that look. This will end up going all red, but I am going to clear coat this first and make sure I get all these edges knocked down before I hit that with red.
Ever have any issues with it drying too fast?
Yeah, yes, that is a thing. Yep, it doesn't get too hot here to where that would happen, but you could always use a slow reducer to slow that down a little bit.
What about high humidity?
We don't have high humidity here either, so I'm not an expert in that. But that does change a lot. Dry times, not really sure. I mean, I'm probably not the best one to ask for that because I've spent my whole life painting in a drier climate here in Utah. But it has its own set of problems. I know that.
Hello from Chile. It's almost midnight here.
Whoa!
Congrats.
Thank you. Thanks for not going to bed. Appreciate you checking it out. Yeah, we're here every Thursday, as a lot of you know.
RB dang it. RBKD, the one that's from France, said, I've been watching your videos for almost 2 years now. I also paint. Your work is great.
Thank you.
Swampy said, dehumidifier for high humidity.
Yeah, I have heard stuff like that. That would suck to have to deal with that.
Misfit Ranch said, it's been 110 with high humidity there.
Wow.
Haha, southeast Georgia here, so humidity and heat are constant. Oh, yeah, dang. Carport said, cut to me, I can explain humidity. I'm in Louisiana.
Well, cut to him. Well, hold on. We'll cut to him right when we're almost done, because I wanted to cut to him. I wasn't sure if he was still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to check in to our outside newscaster.
Cody said, midnight in Atlanta. Swampy said, it's midnight here. David said, throw a transparent coat of pearl over all that candy, the whole design. Custom strawberry milk cow.
That's a good idea. Could throw a pearl over all this. Yeah.
The sick pig said, I should show you the white camo Cherokee job I did on one of my Coyote rifles.
Oh. Let's see it.
Humidity mix is a nightmare.
Is
I'm in
it?
Florida. All we are is heat and humidity. Well, looks like Carport can help some of these guys out to have
We'll take a lesson on that.
questions about that.
We're going to pull this last line here. Okay. That could have turned out a little cleaner, but we'll address that on the next go around and clear, because there's so much paint build there and there. I mean, it's pretty thick. Like usually with airbrushing paint, you can't fill that line. We'll go ahead and pull this center line off too. Let's go ahead and give you a view of this. We'll cut to carport. Yeah, you can see right there. I'll address those in the next layer. Just a little bit of tape and a little touch up. You know, all paint jobs are going to require a little bit of touch up, and usually you have to throw it into clear coat in order to do that. I might even go back and end up filling those in, because I don't know how much I like. It looks more like a mistake rather than the camo coming through there. So I might just go ahead and fix that up too. No biggie. Okay. All right, let's cut the carport, huh?
Yeah, I'm not. How about you coming here? I'm not sure what button to hit.
All right. Back to carport. Let's see here.
And I don't know the noise.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of this. All right, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir.
Low. Oh, wow. All right, we're cutting to you. You are our outside
I could. There we go.
weather source for on how to deal with high humidity with painting.
Yeah.
Stand up and have your little, look over here. There
Yep.
you go.
There's
Great
problems,
job.
and then there's more problems.
Yes.
Problems everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm in like the bottom of the map of Louisiana. I'm down in Lake Charles, Louisiana area around Lafayette. It's always 130% humidity here. Really the best way to deal with it, if you're really high humidity, if you're down in the South, always use medium reducer when you're reducing your paints. And just like Adam does, thin layers. When it comes to clears, I use a 4-to-1 clear. For me, it's like it has less solvents in it. I'm sorry, it has a little more solvents in it. So the flashing's a little different in the humidity. It does take a while for the clears to dry down here. best thing I do is I don't have a bake booth. Of course, we're carport custom, so we're either outside or in the carport. But I have two like metal sheds behind my house. They get really, really hot. So what I do is after I'll spray something, I'll hang it in there and let it dry overnight. There's no hour or two of drying and you can cut and buff clear down here. Now, as far as in the airbrush and through your gun, just medium reducer, light coats, spray you a little side piece, something that you can touch, make sure it's nice and dry. And usually within, I don't know, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, you're usually pretty good. Layering stuff up, I can do it about as fast as Adam can up in Utah. Just like say, just thin coats of medium reducer.
Yeah, right on. Now you mentioned that you use your shed just to hang stuff to dry. You don't actually use it. Okay, because I know some people have used like an old tough shed or those old metal sheds, the cheaper ones, and you could just cut a hole in them and actually make them into like a makeshift paint booth.
Correct. Yeah, I've thought about that, and I've thought about the like blow up style like you had. I've seen a few horror stories with the blow up ones going bad on them. So I'm
They
actually
blow away?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna buy. I seen on, I think it was Amazon or something like that, or Northern Tools or Harbor Freight or something. They had a 13 by 20 pop-up style, not pop-up style, but like canopy style tent that had sides with windows. They actually have one that's called it's actually like a paint, temporary paint booth. It's got a spot where your filters go in and a spot for a fan and all. I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was like $600. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking actually about buying one of those. I want to get one big enough that a full truck can go in. So that's why I want to go 13 by 20, because I do trucks and stuff too. I would love to stay with just bikes, but I've got guys that want trucks done, and it's hard not to make money. So
yeah, I think you'll find, and I was kind of in the same boat, but I think after a while you'll find that there could be enough work in bikes. It just takes a little bit to get your name out there, but no, yeah, cars and trucks pay more. They just take a little more room.
Right. Well, I do, like I say, I build trucks, I build cars. That's why I have a car club and all that stuff over here that I started back in 2001. And we do car shows every weekend, every other weekend. And so I'm in that scene a lot more than I am in the bike scene. I was in an MC at one time and was heavily into the bike scene, but I didn't do custom paints and stuff like that now. So it's just once enough people see the bikes, I think that will. I say that, and I have one that a guy just called me today. It's literally right down the road, that Street Glide that I have coming. So it works out there for sure. But I would love to stop doing suspension work, stop doing truck work for customers, and literally just do bike work, because it's even a Street Glide that's got a lot more parts still compared to a vehicle, man. That's way less work.
Oh, but, yeah, a lot less materials too. Yeah, but it all needs to be done, and there needs to be people that do it, so, and there's money to be made in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yep.
Well, heck, I appreciate you joining us.
Man, thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, like I said, we'll have Carport back again. Follow his channel, Carport Customs on YouTube.
Yes, please get them subs up, man.
Yes, get the subs up. Good content. You put it out a lot. You're good on camera. I appreciate you being my friend and helping push the LiME product. And you didn't have to do that, so I really appreciate that. But you do have that gun coming to you because you're such a great guy, and I think you deserve it.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. We will have more paint stuff coming. If I start getting more subs and I start seeing comments of more paint work, I will put more paint work up. I'm wanting to get into that more. So yeah, thank y'all, man. Yeah. Love y'all's channel. Great channel. I think it's great what you do, man. I can't wait to get up to your neck of the woods and come hang out and come see that awesome shop you got, brother.
Cool. Well, for sure. We'll make it happen one way or another.
All right, man. Thank y'all. Good night. Well, thanks to all the subs. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, man.
See ya.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again. We'll be back next Thursday. Thursday. Thank you all for the super chats. Didn't know how this one turned out. Ended up turning out okay. I'll have the abbreviated version of this coming out in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. But thanks again for supporting our brand and our YouTube channel. So we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. See you guys next week.